Construction walls are finally down. We are here at Universal Studios today for a pretty short time. We are about to get some rain. It's a pretty busy day today. You have the Orlando Informer meetup happening tonight, which we are unfortunately not attending this time. It's also Donut Day, like National Donut Day. I also think it's National Donut Month, maybe. Either way, there's a few things we want to check out and just kind of come over here really quick. And with those construction walls coming down, that means hopefully we will get an opening date announcement here for Villain-Con Minion Blast. Now, we do not have tickets for the Orlando Informer meetup tonight, but we are hopefully going to do it in the future. But tonight is not that night, but I can see the crowds do seem to be pretty intense right now, and I am seeing some badges and things. So I guess that's probably what we're going to see for crowd lines right now. Also, because this is June, that does tend to mean that we are starting the summer vacation months for Orlando travel. So do keep in mind the wait times will start to increase from here till basically August. You will continue to see longer and longer lines. However, you just kind of got to deal with it. And honestly, if you've got the money, Express might not be a bad option. I'll go ahead and make a video about that sometime in the future. But for now, let's just go ahead and get checked in. Something I'm a little surprised about is this corner food booth that has been put here on Hollywood Boulevard has yet to open. And the other ones that have kind of popped up, I feel like have popped up quicker and they've opened. This one still has not opened yet. I don't know if they are waiting maybe for the actual summer crowds or what, but there's nothing here other than the actual stand itself. So we'll have to see if this ends up coming in the next week or two as the crowds do start to come forward. Now, the construction walls are still up for this section of the ride. This is going to be the main entrance here, which is for Villain-Con Minion Blast. But what I am looking at is right down there, which I'll show you in a second. But just to kind of show you guys, this really hasn't changed much since we've been doing updates on this for the past few weeks. But here's the thing. Look at this sign here. Ready? This says coming summer 2023. And we have the summer crowds here. We are coming into summer. I mean, tell me this isn't just like notes to say this is opening up real soon. Let's go ahead and check out the construction walls that literally I think they just came down today. And here you go. These are first looks at the brand new, just I'm gonna guess queue or maybe the wraparound, whatever they're gonna end up turning this into. But this is the Villain-Con area that had construction walls all along here. And I don't know if you guys remember, I was trying to see like writing above the posters here, but I think those were just temporary because this doesn't look anything like what I was seeing. So you've got their like little posters here. And again, they have them on the other side of the building, but tell me this isn't pretty sweet, huh? You get all of the villains here and their posters. This is looking good. Oh, wait a minute. Is this the store right here? For a quick second, I thought that this was the storefront was actually open. It was just kind of the way that the reflection was. But I believe this is where the exit will be, and then I think the store will then be on the other side of this. So this is going to kind of spit out right here, right back in front of Despicable Me, right across the street. So there's their store right there where they let out. So you guys are going to kind of converge into one location here. Now, like I was saying, I wonder if kind of similar to Despicable Me, if they're going to do for Villain-Con the same concept where they kind of wrap it around the side of the building here and kind of have you loop that way. I don't know though, because you have the gift shop over here for the exit, and like that's where it lets out, where Despicable Me, they enter there and then the gift shop's right next to each other. So it's kind of like the same section, where I don't think that's the case here. So the queue might come here and then like wrap inward, because that's the actual entrance over there where you can see the facade hanging up top. So I don't really know where they're ultimately going to have the queue that comes outside, unless there's enough queue indoors that they won't have to, but I'm guessing that's not going to be the case. So it might still wrap this way, but it might just kind of go the opposite direction. So it'll head that way, heading towards the front of the park instead of away from the front of the park. It's kind of fun that they have these little touches here. So at Villain-Con, I mean, it's meant to be this villain convention. So you can come over here and check out Vector Perkins' story at 6 p.m. He'll be in Hall A. And then over here, go ahead and check out El Macho. Look at this. Hall M at 4 p.m. So this is kind of cool. It's like, you know, they're putting a whole little story in here. I'm really actually excited to see the queue indoors. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, come on. They got Villain-Con trash cans. This ride's ready to go. Let's get this thing open. Well, look at this. We've been kind of trying to keep you updated on that over there for this part of the building. And it looks like they've started to paint the upstairs there. Also, it looks like they kind of finalized some of the part that's kind of like extruding out, and you can see the speakers in there. So I guess they'll probably cover that, I would assume, maybe to hide it a little bit. One thing that's a little inconvenient at the moment is you can't come through here to get towards the Transformers ride and the little meet and greet right there. So you're actually stuck, not able to come through here. So ultimately you have to go all the way around one direction or the other, which kind of stinks, but that's okay. I just saw this. Can you see the bottom of the cupcake right there? It looks like there's already some damage to the cupcake, so I don't know if that'll be some sort of support structure that they'll end up holding something up, or if it's just already damaged. I don't know what it would be damaged from, but you can see there's a little bit of like scrapage there on the bottom on like the foil part. A few more touches are coming in here, so right next to Bake My Day. I don't know if this is going to be part of it, but looks like they have some kind of pastel coloring here for the overhang. And then right there you can see the sign for mobile order. So I wonder if that'll be the mobile order pickup, or if that's just going to be like a sign for it. Also, they are starting to color the Bank of Evil here. That's starting to come together. And then right next to it, you can see it looks like the Minions might have done some graffiti there on the actual work of the side of the building there on the bricks. So it looks like it says Bello. So there you go. And then some of the lights that have been put up top there, those yellow lights. So definitely unique. And the final thing we'll point out over here will be the stand here. This was kind of a food stand and snack stand, and they ended up kind of blocking this off as well with some walls. And it looks like, as of now, they have a lot of construction happening there. So I don't know if they're going to ultimately end up theming that towards the Minions as well. Not too certain. Either way, there's still a lot to be done there, it looks like. But again, Universal works very quick, so there's a chance that that just basically goes up overnight, and we have no idea. Now right over here, it looks like they have the fire hydrant spewing. So if you need to cool off here as the summer months are coming along, as somebody just did, feel free to walk down the alley. This is right by Finnegan's actually. And you can go ahead, as we're getting blasted a little bit. And yeah, go ahead, jump through, cool off. So as I mentioned as well, today is National Donut Day, so we'll go ahead and see if there's any fun donuts exclusive for the day. I think most of the time it's like free donuts, so I think like Krispy Kreme, Dunkin', things like that, they offer free donuts. But we'll go check out Voodoo Donut most likely, see if they have anything. I think for Pride Month, I think they're doing something, so I know there's some of that stuff going on. But as far as like exclusive for the day, I'm not too sure. A lot of those platforms that were out here on the lagoon are now missing. So I wonder if they started to assemble the nighttime show, how they were looking, and that would be my guess. So maybe we'll get some announcement coming up here soon about a new nighttime show out here on the lagoon. It does look like for Fast X, they've put a few more touches over here, a little advertisement. It came out last week, I believe, or 2 weeks ago now. And you have the bike, you've got, the car's already been here, I believe. Or maybe it hasn't actually. I don't know, it's been a while since I've like taken a good look at it. But either way, they do have a little bit here. Now, right now, we are heading over towards Men in Black. And the reason why is I've been hearing some rumblings. There might be some tents going up for HHN already. Could be, could not be. I gotta go see if I can find them, and then I'll kind of express my thoughts. All right, you can hardly see it right now. Right where my finger is, you can see the top of a white tent. So there's a chance that could potentially be some HHN tents going up, because this is where they tend to put the tent houses, are all behind kind of Men in Black, and they're over here behind the Simpsons. So all back there, they put the tent houses. So that right there could be the first semblance of a tent going up. I'm gonna go get around the corner, see if I can get a better look at it. It could be possible HHN 2023 tents going up. And I don't know. We have no idea. It could also be some of the maintenance that needs to be done on Men in Black. There are some blasters, there's some seats, there's some stuff that needs to be done. You know, could use a little TLC. But ultimately, you could see there is definitely a tent back there. What it's for, we don't know. But there is something a-brewing behind Men in Black. All right, it looks like this is about the closest that we can get. The tent doesn't look that big, but if you guys have ever attended HHN, you know that the tents aren't really that big. They just cram a lot in there. So it goes kind of like stops about there where my finger is, and then kind of goes about like there. It's kind of hard to tell. It's about as close as we can get, and I'm sure you can hardly tell that there's a little white top right there. It's, again, this is as far as I can go. This is where they do the Nightmare Fuel show, though, so it's right next to it. It's right along that, so I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think this is an HHN house? I see some cooling, like some, you can see almost like, you guys aren't gonna be able to see it, but there's like little bits of like AC fans over there, it looks like. So there might be something happening. Or do you guys think that that's just like a storing house for maybe some renovations going on over at Men in Black? Or maybe they're kind of just like keeping things there to start assembling maybe for summer? I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts? I'm guessing there's a good chance this could be a tent. It looks tall enough. It looks decently big, not massive. I don't know, maybe HHN 32 already popping up. You guys see the skies out there? Looks pretty gloomy. I feel like every time they do an Orlando Informer meetup, I feel like the skies are like always pretty dark. I feel like it always rains, just from what I've like seen online whenever I watch other people's videos on it. But look at that. I mean, I feel like they're gonna get rain again tonight. This may not be as interesting, but they have a lot of tubing here. This is kind of hollow tube, and this looks to be like a rubber, at least it's rubber coated. So the inside is kind of, looks like some sort of steel or maybe aluminum, I don't totally know. But the outside cover is that like rubber style, and they have a few that are out on the lagoon there. So maybe there's some work happening here. Again, every single week I feel like there's something new happening here, but right now, I mean, this is a lot. So I don't know exactly what they're doing, if they're gonna ultimately make something here in the lagoon, or if this is backup, or if this has literally nothing to do with anything and this is just like behind the scenes stuff. I'm gonna head into Diagon Alley really quick because it's been a while since I've had the ice cream that I really like from over here. And it was a really good dessert, and I'm surprised I haven't gotten it again. So we're gonna head in. I don't think there's much happening as far as like new news, if you will, but it's always a kind of good time when you come back here. Just the whole ambiance is great. But the big thing is, gotta get that ice cream. You know, the lines didn't seem that long today. I'll go ahead and put it on screen for you guys, but it didn't seem that bad. But this line to get into the ice cream shop is quite long. It tends to always be a little long, but this feels a little extra long. Now, like I said, this is one of my favorite ice creams, at least on property. I know it's really good. You can't get it in a not souvenir cup, I asked. So for this specific Sunday, they said they can only do it in the souvenir cup based on how they kind of assemble everything. So with AP discount, I think it was about $9. So I'm gonna go ahead, eat it. Feels like there's a lot more whipped cream on it than the last time I had it though. I kind of want to make note that the portion size that you get in that sundae is actually really good. I think it's only 2 scoops, but just with everything that they have in there, it's a pretty good value. So I would recommend, if you guys want to go try it, be prepared to wait in line for probably at least 30 minutes, maybe longer, especially in the dead of summer. But I think it's worth it. It's good ice cream, it's flavorful, and you get the little souvenir cup for about $10. So just so you guys are aware as well, right now you're going to get a lot of people saying like, oh, summer crowds are here, like it's full swing here in Orlando, and it's not technically true yet. These are definitely some summer crowds. It's definitely a lot busier right now because of the Orlando Informer meetup here at Universal, and the lines in general have been getting, you know, a little longer, but I would say keep in mind that once summer is like full-blown here in about a week or two, you're really going to start to see that those crowd levels kind of skyrocket. For right now, it's not horrible. Like I said, lines haven't been too bad, but just so you guys can see down here, I mean, it's busier than normal, but again, this is not summer crowds. This is a Friday, by the way. Like, this is a Friday evening. This is not as bad as it could be. You could still see the impending doom of the storm right behind Rip Ride right now. It's got to be coming here. I looked on the radar and like it looks massive. There's a giant storm actually off the west coast of Florida, and it's actually currently going like south of Florida and then wrapping around. I don't know if it's going to turn into a hurricane or what. It's a very weird path. But either way, I mean, they're sending Rip Ride right now. It tends to not be open when it's like storms are approaching or if it's too windy. Right now, though, I mean, they're doing testing on it, so maybe the storm's kind of dissipating, but I mean, it looks dark, doesn't it? Well, we went ahead and quickly did the Mummy and Rip Ride before we decided to get out of the parks and into City Walk, but I'll tell you something, Rip Ride needs a refurbishment. That was rough, and I've said it before, but I just, my neck was getting jacked up. It's not even a fun ride when it just like hurts that much, to be honest. I don't know, I heard they were supposed to be doing refurbishment like 2 or 3 months ago. Maybe they're waiting like to go past the summer season, but then once you get past summer, then you're going into HHN season and you can't have it down at that point. I don't know what they're gonna do, to be honest, but it needs a refurbishment. It needs it pretty bad. The songs need to be updated, number one. The track or the coaster, something needs to change, because I feel like it just like hurts. Well, Voodoo has got a line since we were here this afternoon, but I think we're gonna wait in it because it is National Donut Day. But this looks like it's gonna be quite a hefty one for us. Well, okay, maybe not. That looks really long. I don't think I need a donut that bad today. Maybe I'll just go to Dunkin' and pick up the free one. I did get the scoop. It's 12 glazed donuts for $10 at Voodoo Donuts, which is actually a pretty good deal because I think all of their donuts are over $1 a piece. So you definitely save some money there. But I will say, between Nicole and I, there's no way we're eating 12 donuts in the next few days, and by then it's just gonna get old. You really gotta eat those donuts within like 24 to 48 hours tops to get that like peak freshness. So I think we're just gonna pass on that. If there was like a unique donut, I think I might have waited in the line. But when it's just 12 glazed for 10, it's like, all right, well, oh well. We are now taking the escalator down to Valet. And I think that's just about gonna do it for us here. Pretty exciting stuff to see those construction walls come down. Didn't unfortunately get a donut here from Voodoo Donut, but probably gonna stop somewhere on the way home, see if we can pick something up. And then yeah, just kind of hung out, got some treats, and did a little bit of updating for you. Again, I feel like at Universal, I could do an update every single day and have a brand new video, but I'm trying to do it pretty much at least once a week at this point until at least Minion-Con does open. So hopefully, you know, you guys are enjoying these updates. It's kind of like when HHN rolls around. It's like there's an update all the time. So I will keep you guys informed as much as possible. But again, if you did enjoy today's video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing to the channel. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.